I took over a year off and cut you bitches some slack. Tell a friend to tell a friend. She's back.
This is awkward, isn't it, guys? Hey! Nice to see you guys again. I wanted to showcase the first half of the main 6 designs I made if the sonic Rainboom never happened when they were children. And spoiler alert, girl, it's sad. In this video, we're under the impression the world has not yet, exploded, and they're just your average Joe Schmoes. I've done Twilight, Rainbow, and Applejack, and I'll make the other 3 if you guys like it. I have a lot more ideas, and this is a lot of fun, so without further ado, the designs. First up is Twilight. I was trying to mimic the show style as best as I could with my own art style, so I'm sorry if it looks off. But, maybe it's off because it's an alternate universe where everything will eventually go up in flames. Who knows? But anyway, back to Twilight. Without the sonic Rainboom, she never passes her entrance exam and never hatches Spike's eggs. Clearly, without the help of Spike, she's a lot more stressed out than she was when she had his assistance. And because she didn't pass the entrance exam, Celestia never became her mentor. Yeah. And she was never sent to Ponyville to learn about friendship, and so she was never able to become the Princess of Friendship. In fact, she threw herself into her studies even more so than what we saw in the show. And it only got her so far without Celestia's guidance on how to make her more powerful. So unfortunately for Twilight, raw skills without the proper training alone were not enough to be able to land her a powerful position with any type of magic. Instead, she's hired at the library. She puts her hair up so it doesn't get in her face, and she wears a scarf because I like to think that the library she works at is really cold. And it's not because I want to torture her. This girl has been through enough, I promise. I just think libraries should be cold. The key new mark I came up with for her is a book with a light bulb in the pages. However, the light bulb is burnt out to showcase her unfulfillment in her life and her destiny. And in the crease of the book, if you look... Actually, you don't have to look that close because it's actually on the screen right now. Her actual key new mark that she should have gotten from the sonic Rainboom is there. So it's showcasing that it's hidden away, and I feel like because it's in the crease, it makes it no longer reliable. Like, this is a story that could have been, but it's not her story anymore. And that's Twilight. I think she's really cute. I'm very sad for her. And maybe, I don't know, she'll hatch a dragon somewhere else, and then she realizes, oh, maybe I needed a friend the whole time. Next up is Rainbow Dash. She's the one I'm not happiest with when it comes to her design, but it's mainly because I think her eye looks a little wonky, but now that I said that, don't pay attention to that, otherwise I'll get mad. You don't like when I get mad because my eyes turn red when I'm angry. Just joshing. Anyways, because she was never able to win the race for Fluttershy's honor and create the sonic Rainboom, she felt like a failure who never had the talent to become a Wonderbolt. So instead, she became a private coach to future Wonderbolts, as she imagines herself living through these future athletes? I don't know if that's the right word to use, but that's the word I'm using, so we're all gonna roll with it. Instead of having all the colors of the rainbow in her mane, because she wasn't able to do the sonic Rainboom, they just slowly went into the primary colors. It shows that she's only there for basic stuff, and she won't be good enough to be able to do all the impressive and out-of-the-ordinary things. Her key mark are 2 clouds. They're wisping away, and they're covering her true self, which is the lightning bolt that her original key mark had, but the colors are more, muddled. It shows that she still has talent, but it's been locked away and covered. And it wasn't intentional, but I think it's kind of cool that when her wings are, folded down, you can't see that part of her key mark, and it almost shows like it's completely gone. And that's Rainbow. Lastly, Applejack. I think this was the one that was the easiest for me to come up with. Without the sonic Rainboom, she moved in with Auntie Orange and Uncle Orange, I think that's his name. If not, I'm making that his name. And she had to try her best to adapt to the ways of Manhattan. Is it Manhattan? I think it's Manhattan. She put on makeup, she used foundation to cover her little freckles, and she refuses to let anybody see her freckles because her aunt once called them ugly in front of guests. And I don't understand that because I've had freckles my whole life and people have always complimented them. So all you people who were saying that you were bullying her freckles and now people just want them because they are putting on fake freckles, you're liars. You know that's not true. Anyways, I feel like she traded in that hat that was from her dad for this purple hat to try to fit in with the other ponies. And speaking of fitting in, I feel like she notices that a lot of the other ponies in Manhattan had more than one color in their hair, so she dyed a pink streak in her blonde hair so she'll fit in more. But she doesn't know how to fix the roots, so her roots are slowly coming in. And you can see that, and I thought that was so... I was patting myself on the back. I was so happy with this design choice. She puts on eyeshadow, earrings, shoes, and necklaces to try to make herself seem more fancy. But I feel like she is really overstimulated by all the stuff on her because she's just a simple farm girl. She's just a little girly girl, but not that type of girly girl. Her key mark is an apple, showcasing where she came from and her true calling, and she's not an orange like Auntie Orange and the guy who I've named Uncle Orange. That's his name now to me. But there's half of her key mark missing in this, like the apple has a bite taken out of it. And it showcases that there's a large part of her missing, her identity. And it's because, girl, this is not the place for Miss AJ. Miss AJ does not belong in Manhattan, we all know this. And that's my designs for the first three. If the Rainboom never happened, I think they're pretty good. What do you guys think? I think it's an interesting concept to imagine these silly little gals without their silly little talents. Kind of sad, but that's just how that's just how the cookie crumbles her. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. So it has been a year, I fear, but I think I'm starting to come back, trying to do some little things here and there. You may see uploads from me, and keep a lookout because I'm cool and awesome and stuff. And catch you on the flip side.